Hey, this is Damon with the Black Business Directory with another installment of Conversations, where we get to talk to great business owners in Knoxville. And on this episode, I am speaking with Deborah Ingram, owner of DAI Wellness. Hey, Deborah, how are you?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Looking forward to this interview. So,
absolutely, Grand Rising.
I knew you would come with it, so I was expecting it. So, tell the folks about Deborah Ingram. Who is Deborah?
I am a 35-year-old mother who has gone out of her way to excel in life with, the corporate world, and decided to kind of chase my own dream of having my own wellness and fitness, I guess, virtual learning type experience for people within my city of Knoxville. I am a Knoxville native, born and raised in East Knoxville, Burlington specifically. I am a married individual as well for umpteen amount of years. We won't go into that, but a long time. And caregiver as well, so that's another aspect. I'm also the Burlington Resident Association president as far as the community activism goes. And I own another business for life insurance, which is one of my main reasons of starting my health and wellness business at DAI Wellness.
Man, so you need 28 hours in a day, not just 24.
I need 32 if you got them.
Wow. So if you were already in business, what got you interested in the wellness space?
So originally, starting out with DAI Wellness was originally called Brick House Wellness. I started out in 2018. What made me even initiate this purpose was my family's lifestyle. I did go away and live in Nashville for a while to go to college, and my son was conceived and born there. My husband and I stayed there for a very long time, and upon our return to Knoxville in 2011, they both, within 6 to 8 months of return, broke out with food allergies that didn't even coincide with each other. So I had to get real creative and figure out how to feed my family without killing them. And that took me through a lot of sweat and tears and trial and tribulations, and I came up with a strategy of how to feed them and not cross-contaminate and make sure they're getting the right nutrients without triggering any allergies. Fast forward now, they have subsided on a lot of their food allergies. They still have some. Again, they do not coincide, so I still have to watch how I cook. But it taught us a lot on how to eat, how to take care of ourselves, how to make sure that we are fully hydrated, how to snack, and how to round out our wellness as far as how our mental health and our physical health coincide with how we eat and what we put in our body and how we treat our minds.
Good stuff. So it came out of necessity. It was born
Absolutely.
Out of an education of necessity. Yeah. That's cool.
A lot of tears, a lot of crying later, but my son is now 13. We moved back when he was 4, and he would choose an avocado over, gummy bears in a heartbeat right now. So I definitely think it was a lifestyle change that helped him to gravitate more towards the healthy.
What? Let me be clear. I eat healthy, but I would choose a gummy bear over an avocado any day, especially a Haribo, the hard ones. Those are I'm kidding.
The Haribo are not life. I'm gonna tell you, that's one of our good things that we can eat on our elimination detox. I call it, is gummy bears. They're very low in fat and calories, so it is an option. But that baby says cut me up an avocado and throw some salt and pepper on it. I'm cool with that.
Well, that is good. That's definitely different. That's a great thing. As a parent myself,
funny thing is, I will say, Damon.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, a lot of people laughed at me. I was very strict about my family's diet. They're like, oh, no, girl, you're doing too much. You're sending a list of instructions on how to feed the child and this, that, and the other, and this is just going extreme. But now he's much healthier. It worked.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure you were a nightmare at the barbecues. So,
how'd you know?
Because I know how barbecues go, and I eat pretty healthy myself, so I know. I get it. But you were the annoying one, and they're like, we don't have any veggie patties, girl. We don't know what that is.
Yes, leave the sauce off of the ribs because my husband is from Alabama, so we literally will travel for good barbecue. And so, yeah, it's a necessity that they have what they can eat and that it's not a trigger to them. Unfortunately, he can't eat barbecue because of the wood he's allergic to. So it's really deep. But yeah,
what part of Alabama is he from?
He is from Florence, Alabama. So that's right outside of Huntsville.
Yeah. Okay. I grew up in Montgomery. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then I went to college in Huntsville. I went to A&M. So. Yeah.
So, good. You are a fellow A&M. He is too. So you absolutely understand when I say it's a barbecue shack on the road, you stop.
And if he's from Florence, actually my stepdad is from that area. So, that whole Decatur, Florence area. So, small world.
He must be a very laid-back man. My husband's a very quiet and laid-back, docile guy, but he is a fire sign, so he's able to get fiery with me. We're both fire signs, so it's going to happen, but he is my support. Thank God for him.
Good stuff. So, were you always entrepreneurial, or we know the wellness business was designed out of a necessity, but the question is, were you entrepreneurial prior to that, and is that something that's in you?
So, yes, but honestly, I was afraid. So, like most kids, especially coming out of Knoxville, and I tell a lot of people this, unfortunately, the kids coming out of Knoxville, we don't have a lot to look forward to as far as what Knoxville has previously looked like and currently until it actually changes, where we can have some type of view of what better looks like as being a Black American in Knoxville. So I really got out of my comfort zone. I really wanted to see how I can change a whole lot of things around me, and really just wanted to see what I can do. So, like I said, it was a trial and error. I'm not. I'm a corporate, I guess you can say, professional. I tried to go that route of what my parents wanted me to do. So I have 3 degrees, 2 masters, and 1 bachelor's. Unfortunately, the corporate route in Knoxville did not work. And to be perfectly honest, there's a lot of racism going on here. So I had the option of leaving my job that paid very well to pursue what I wanted to do. And this is what I want to do because I want to show people, especially in the Black community here, how you can alter your life and make sure that your health is your wealth. I'm also a licensed insurance agent in Tennessee and have been for the last 10 years. So I really know how risk assessment factors in on your health and applying for insurance and getting good rates. And so literally your health is your wealth. So that's where I come from on the entrepreneurial aspect.
Okay. So let me ask you this about your business then. So seeing that you're health and wellness, so that includes yoga, assessments, etc. Well, let's tell us about your business. Like what do you offer, what you do, if you have physical classes, etc.
So with COVID right now, I am not doing physical classes unless requested. If someone would like me to, I will at a safe distance in their yard or in their garage or in their living room. But I try not to because of, CDC guidelines and making sure everyone's safe. I do offer virtual classes, at least 8 classes of yoga a week and 2 classes of dance, one of them being Caribbean dirty wine, hip movement, and the other being twerk class on top of yoga. On top of those, I also offer, as I was explaining earlier, a guide, a 6-week guide. That guide includes HIIT workouts, so high-impact interval training, as well as our eliminating detox food guide and our pre- and post-workout food guide. I am a little different than most people who teach wellness, so I actually teach people to eat. The way I've lost weight in the past on doing exactly what I'm teaching people to do now is eating. I eat 7 times a day. And so that guide, that 6-week guide for $25, that's an at-home training, at your own pace training. If you just not want to do virtual and you don't want to meet with someone, especially in this COVID climate, that just gives you an opportunity to kind of engage yourself and have your support. But, again, if they need me, I'm there to support them on that. And then lastly, nice. I also specialize, since I specialize in Vinyasa and Hatha yoga, I also create workshops. So my most recent workshops, which have ended now, and I'll be posting some new ones, were a me time workshop and a family time workshop. The workshops are not included in my monthly price, which until February the 14th will be at $60 for a monthly price membership. That can be paid through my Cash App because I'm still building my website, which is Mickey, that's capital M-I-C-K-E-Y, capital D, Love. Again, cash number or sign, Mickey D. Love for the Cash App. The workshops are separate, but those are for, like I said, a certain amount of time. If a family or an individual wants to do that and does not want to do the normal membership, that's an option. And that's just to cater towards more of that person if it's the me time workshop, and towards the family structure, including nutritional dieting information if it's for the family time. So, and I also do Reiki. So I don't know if you're familiar with Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, which is basically energy healing. I told you that I jumped into this whole entrepreneur thing about not only changing my family's life, but changing the community's life. We have to learn to unlearn some things that we were taught and heal ourselves because, of course, we deal with a lot, in my opinion, from post-traumatic slave syndrome, according to Dr. Joy DeGruy could be. I might be wrong on pronunciation. But to heal the energy on not feeling intimidated by a strong, powerful woman, on not feeling intimidated when you're right in your job as a black male and people chastise you due to racism. Knowing who you are and how to go forth with who you are despite what challenges come about. And so, yeah, that's where I specialize in trying to heal the community, mind, body, and soul.
Love it. I'm definitely a fan of Dr. DeGruy. I have her book, read her audios, so definitely familiar with that. So that's good. Good stuff, man. And doing Reiki. Yeah, I've had some Reiki done.
Nice.
Actually, I had distance Reiki done as well. So
I was going to ask you that. Was it close or distant?
Yeah. Well, it was both. It's been both. I've done it in some workshops, done it in at some like at a location, and then did a distance session, which was interesting. I didn't.
May I ask you then, how did that go?
Yeah.
Speaking from a black man's perspective.
Oh no! I believe in. I do believe that we carry traumas. Energy work is not something that I was not familiar with, and so it worked well for me. It actually gave me insight on some things that I already knew were issues for me, and so now I saw where it was manifesting in my physical body. which was very
absolutely.
the very first session. So some issues that I was having at the time, and like where I was carrying that pain or that trauma in the body, and which was, it's it's different. It's different, right? Depending on how you're raised in the South. Typically, you're raised as a Christian, but you may be. I traveled a lot, so I was exposed to Islam and Judaism. So like I was a bit open in in my approach to the world. So I didn't see those things as bad or devil worshiping. You know what I mean?
I've gotten that. Yes, you're young.
Yeah. No, I
worship in the temple.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. What you get that out of here? So I was open to seeing the world differently, right? Like, because other cultures, my philosophy is that you've got this gigantic world, and cultures live in these different ways, and you can't tell me, and I don't believe that God, the creator of the boundless universes, we have this one specific way of doing things. This one specific way of doing things that literally only kind of came into existence several hundred years ago, maybe 4,000 years ago, right? And that's arguable, and that's the way it is. So, I can get on a tangent on that. So, but
listen, I'm a philosophy major from my bachelor degree, so yes, we can go down a rabbit hole with this.
But saying all that to say, it was a great experience. I would definitely do it again. So if necessary, I would definitely do it again. And that's where I came from, Damon. I was a closed-minded person coming from Knoxville and leaving Knoxville and living outside of Knoxville, only in Nashville. But again, my husband's from Alabama. I travel quite a lot through other places where my friends and family are throughout the South and the North. And just seeing that different aspect, different cultures, different understanding of spiritual beings, really opened my mind to a whole lot outside of yoga, just saying, hey, how can I heal myself to keep going forward despite whatever is going on around me? And that's all I want to help with. Nice. Yeah, no, I think it's a wonderful thing. So let's talk about COVID for a moment. And I know businesses are being challenged by COVID, and so and you've had to pivot and go to a virtual model, kind of, which a lot of people have gone to. How has that affected your business, and do you see that? Do you see things getting better? And what are your plans, like, from the business perspective, plans for, moving forward through this?
Well, COVID definitely put a world stop view like Beyonce on the world, so everything kind of had to stop there. But the great thing about it, as far as an entrepreneur, we all had to get really creative really quick. Perfectly honest, I'm okay with what we're doing now with virtual, because I have to get a shout out to my mentor and the program that I was certified through in yoga. Even though I've practiced yoga a long time, I wanted to get my certification and practice from another Black individual so that I can learn a different understanding on someone that understood where I came from. So I'm going to shout out Black Yoga Magazine. Ashley Adams is the owner. She actually popped up on my Facebook feed after several years of looking for a program, and she had a virtual program for yoga-based training and other trainings regarding the yoga realm, chakras, Ayurveda, things of that nature. And so that was my first understanding of how to navigate this business under the COVID restriction. So honestly, it's been helpful because I've been able to, I'm a proud graduate of Tennessee State University where I received my bachelor's degree. So I'm in touch with a lot of people, a lot of my old classmates throughout the country, whether it be in California or Texas or even if they're in England. I've had a lot of people reach out and be able to participate in my classes from wherever they are. So that's been a great benefit, not to just be restricted to Knoxville, but also for, like I said earlier, people not wanting to have that in-person participation just yet. That works well for them because they can also go back and either look at the recording or have the recording emailed to them or do it at their own leisure and even have, their family members pitch in within their house. So it works to me. It works really well, and I think it will actually continue beyond when we try to resume to normalcy because it's such a convenient approach as far as people's schedules and trying to get back to their daily life or, like we said, kind of adjust to the normalcy or the new normal until we're back to complete full normalcy of life. So I'm just going with the flow. I don't have a choice, and I'm okay with that. Kind of got out of my own way and still figuring it out. Like I said, I'm still building my website. But, I'm going to go with whatever is out there because I feel like, and I understand people's hesitation, too, towards learning virtually. But believe it or not, again, I'm about to receive my 300-hour on top of my current 200-hour of yoga and my kids' certification in yoga. So I've done all of this online. The emotional connection was still there. The supportive connection was still there. The only thing we weren't able to do is physically touch. So I think it still will be beneficial either way, just depending on how people come into that approach.
Nice. So you touched on a couple of things, like because you had to learn on the fly, change things, actually even approach your training differently allows you to build your business in a different, typical let's just say yoga studio, as a basic term, would be open to whoever lives in the neighborhood or the surrounding area coming, taking class, doing their thing for an hour or two, couple of hours, and then leaving, even that was taking sessions or wellness, etc. But here you've had to build online, which allows you to get people from everywhere, right? So definitely you have the capacity to grow as big as you want because people are taking these classes in the comfort of their own home. And you can have as many people online as you want. So definitely a good thing, I think, that COVID has done. It's a shift in business, but it's not a bad thing because business can still be had, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's tell.
And I'm always going to think about people's health. So with all of this, none of us knows what's going on. So I'm going to be patient with whatever's going on in CDC guidelines.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's tell the people where they can find you. So give us all your social media handles, next class schedule, etc.
So my normals, let me give you my handles first. You can reach me at email at DAI Wellness, that's DAI Wellness @gmail.com. I am mostly active on Facebook. I'm still trying to navigate Instagram with the help of my 13-year-old, but they are both also under DAI Wellness, DAI Wellness, at both, again, Facebook and Instagram. The next class in my normal class schedules, I do teach yoga, Grand Rising Yoga in the morning at 5 a.m. because I know people have to go to work. I also have our afternoon sessions normally at about 6 or 7. I do update you if we have a time change of any sort. And I do have classes also on Saturdays. Friday and Saturday is normally when we do our twerk and dirty wine sessions, isolation of muscles in the hip, leg, and abs. You can also
we know what twerk is.
Reach out to
we know what twerk.
And people laugh at me. They're like, "Girl, you are 35. How are you able to twerk?" Listen, it's not about, to me, it's not about the movement. It's about the confidence it gives the person doing the movement. Crazy, but it's true.
I had to be silly at that moment, so I apologize.
No, you're fine. Listen, I have grown women out here doing this with me, and they're older than I am. They're like, I just want to learn. And it's such hard work the way I'm teaching them, because I teach muscle isolation. It's hard. It is not easy. You get muscles in places you didn't even know that was still there. And my physical build has allowed me to continue doing this and not have to work out too hard. And I've been able to keep my weight down. So this is just helping somebody else. But, yeah, people can reach out through my inbox on either Facebook or Instagram until I build my website, and I will post that as soon as it is completed. To start classes, the schedule is on both Instagram and Facebook. If you have any questions, just reach out to my phone number on there as well. And I apologize, it's a Google phone number. I don't have that listed right in front of me, but I will. It's on both of my pages, so they can contact me as well. But, yes, that's the only way I'm doing it right now. I hope to build a little bigger sooner, but it is only me, so I'm trying to operate on a handstand.
Love it. All right. So is there anything else you want to leave the people with? I think this is a good place we can wrap up here. So anything else you want to leave the good people? There.
I just hope love, light, and blessings to everyone, and that you're ready for your own revolution. Start with me, DAI Wellness.
Good stuff. So, folks, check out DAI Wellness, Deborah Ingram. She's a very interesting individual, I can just tell.
Very cool.
And, check her out on all the social media handles she gave. And I want to thank you all for listening. This show has been brought to you by our sponsors and the Black Business Directory. Check us out at knoxblackbusiness.com, on Instagram, on Facebook, under the same handles. And that's the end